On to our next story. A mass shooting took place in the city last night around 9 p.m. Current reports state that 8 citizens were killed and more than 20 seriously injured. Citizens have gathered at the scene to voice their anger. The Nikke responsible for the massacre was disposed of on the spot. But it does not seem that the outrage of the protesters who have gathered on the streets will subside anytime soon. At the same time, additional protests led by certain Nikke-phobia groups are causing further damage.
There you are. Let's go back. Guillotine?
Ingrid, this is because of me. I hesitated, and Chloe got hurt, and people died. I knew that Nikke was irregular, and anything she said was complete gibberish. I knew that, and yet I still hesitated. Now look at what's happened. Innocent people are dead, and there's panic in the streets. And Chloe, my only friend, was injured, and I'm the one to blame. This is all my fault. All of it.
Guillotine, I told you. It's time to go back.
Go back? Go back to where? To Extrinsic? Back to the old routine? I couldn't even complete the one mission assigned to me. I wasn't able to protect the only friend I had left. Now there's nothing left for me. What do I have to go back to?
So then, will you remain standing still? Will you not move forward?
I told you. There's nothing left for me. Where would I go? For what?
Stop babbling and answer my question, Gio.
Guillotine hastily rises and bangs her head into the suit of armor.
It's an enemy ambush! Wait, was that you, partner? Don't worry. This body of mine is...
Just then, Guillotine stops, realizing that she is being held in the armored knight's arms.
It's just... How should I say this? Don't you think we're a bit close for comfort? Of course it doesn't bother me at all. I'm only pointing it out in case you're uncomfortable. What the? What's going on out there?
Ice barrier. Everybody knows not to fight in certain safe zones, villages included. Gamers these days don't even follow the basic rules. So uneducated. Don't they care about getting shadow banned?
The Big O was conceived under oppression, grew in the cradle of discrimination, and will one day fall into the grave of destruction. This is karma. Basic rules? Those aren't important to me. I will do as my heart pleases.
Wow. That's the kind of nonsense I usually expect to hear from Guillotine.
Maiden. Oh, right, you're called Ice Rose in this world, aren't you?
No. You must have me confused with another mage.
Fine. Titles aren't that important anyway. Maiden, you have something that Lord Mustang of the Four Heavenly Kings wants. If you don't hand over the hero, then we will take them by force.
I'd like to see you try. You better be prepared, though. The only one who has ever gone up against me and won is Psy Control.
The moon is beautiful. The night is still long. Spend a bit more time with me, please.
Commander?
Move, maiden. Speed is power. Have you ever been cut at the speed of light, Sakura?
Death comes instantaneously. Charging down from the second floor of the inn, Guillotine cuts down Sakura in one swift strike.
That should sort things out.
You're not too bad at fighting, Commander. Is that so? It looks to me like we could clear the final boss even without Guillotine. How about you and I stay back and watch the ending unfold? Just the two of us. Jeez, talk about giving me the cold shoulder. Well, Sakura mentioned something about Lord Mustang and 4 Heavenly Kings. The 4 Heavenly Kings. When you acquire the ultimate weapon in a game, there's usually a corresponding event where you encounter an enemy to test it on. The fact I didn't anticipate such a common series of events is a serious dent to my gaming cred.
Are you saying those enemies attacked because we attained the hero sword?
Don't worry too much. Those 4 Heavenly Kings that came barging in are merely a test of our power. Once we defeat one of them, more will appear. That was the weakest amongst us. My power level is over 9,000! Those are rookie numbers! Mine's over 530,000! They'll be spouting off all sorts of nonsense like these. Anyway, we only have one more day to complete our mission. We have to get a move on. We will defeat the 4 Heavenly Kings and take down the final boss in one fell swoop. Should we first direct our attacks at the Heavenly King who attacked the village? Good question.
If it's the 4 Heavenly Kings, they're probably at the association. I've been hearing strange voices coming from there for a while now. Stuff like, entertainment!
No doubt about it.
So it's the hedonistic Dance King. As a fellow destruction type, I'm not so compatible with him.
Sure, that's why. Before we leave, I want to confirm something. Guillotine, are you back to normal?
What do you mean?
Yep, you're back to normal, all right. I'd like to remind you once again, do not use the lethal eye anymore. Got it?
But what if we're in danger?
Don't make me repeat myself.
I'll consider your proposal.
Ugh.
Just a minute, everyone. You must be exhausted after that battle. You can rest here. I'll bring you something to eat.
Maiden, didn't you say we were in a hurry?
We certainly are. We need to leave right away.
Sorry, Emma. But duty calls.
Oh? They all took off again, and so quickly. Well then, wishing you all a safe adventure.
On the way to the association, Various skirmishes are taking place. One of which is a battle that gets on everyone's nerves.
I thought I told you to get lost. Stop loitering around here.
Jeez. Aren't you being a bit harsh? Don't you know that I just got here? Now's finally my time to shine. I can't just pack up and leave without doing anything.
You're so annoying. We aren't a part of the heroes' party. All you're doing is wasting time. That's why everyone thinks you're a moron.
What?
Judge, if I may, I'd ask you to leave this moron to me. You can handle the rest. I keep telling you that I'm not a judge!
Elsewhere, a battle of exceeding awkwardness is taking place.
What the? How are you still alive? I thought all of LaPlaza's companions were killed.
What a silly question to ask! That's because I'm no heroic accomplice, but a villain!
Come again?
All of you posers, stop trying to act like villains and get lost! I've decided to claim this place for myself!
What are you talking about? Anyway, you've taken this a step too far. Come at me. I'll take you on.
I hope you're ready, Privity.
Me?
Didn't you say before that you could take a thug like that down by yourself?
When did I ever say that? They seem pretty peeved.
Huh, don't worry. I'll deal with them. All you need to focus on is casting your magic spell.
Magic spell? I'm not sure if I want to do that.
Then you leave me no choice, Privity. If you fail to live up to what this world expects of you, you will soon fall into the clutches of the Big O.
Okay, I'll do it. Become tastier! Coochie! Woochie!
That's more like it! Alright, let's go take on Rosanna!
Thanks to the adventurers who bravely opposed the Big O, Guillotine and her party are able to reach the association unencumbered. Once there, they encounter the first of the 4 Heavenly Kings.
Ah, so you're finally here! I've been waiting for all of you! Now, allow me to make one proposition. As you know, only one day remains until the Winter's Bane reigns in totality. Everyone will freeze to death. And the perfect new world under the controlled total of the Big O will be born! Should you interfere with my plans, damnation is all that awaits you.
Mustang, the hedonistic dance king himself. I ask you, do you truly think such threats will work on me, Guillotine de Mephisto?
Okay then, I shall grant you mercy. This time, I will push me adorable girls back and take you down one by one myself!
Are you saying you're going to fight honorably? Very well. We will send out one of our party as well. I'll even let you choose.
Guillotine, I would suggest hitting him hard and then launching an all-out attack once he's knocked down.
What? A hero such as I would never stoop so low. Now tell me, Mustang, who shall be your first opponent?
The knight in armor, avance! Yes, you shall be my first adversary!
You sound like you've been looking forward to this.
Such courageous. Truly fitting for one who is a hero's companion. Maintenant, you and I shall commencer the dance battle!
Up, down, left, and right. Mustang, the Heavenly King, dances his elaborate dance under the moonlight.
And that brings my dance to a close! Now, it's your turn. Can you measure up?
Come on, partner. You can do it. I have faith in you.
Do you know what I hate the most? Cheaters! I shall never pardon you for this!
At that very moment, the blast of an electric guitar rings out from deep inside the association.
Stand to down.
I was trying to kill some time until my next performance. But I couldn't watch this poor showing any longer.
What? Trevion, young lady! You will face me!
Sure. You okay with that, manager? Exactly what I was thinking. All right, time to end this.
Let's see you try this on for size! For this is my best dance! And
left, right, up, left, and right. Down, up, right, and again right. Mustang performs an even flashier and more entertaining dance.
Now, it's your turn! Can you follow that one?
Screw this. It's like I always say. Shoot first, ask questions later.
I've been beaten!
This is real life. Not child's play.
You dastardly! Other heavenly kings stronger than me will soon appear! As strong as I am, I'm the weakest amongst us all! Until 10 months!
Well, that was a bit anticlimactic.
I told him we'd give him a fair fight.
Thanks Really, thank you.
Don't thank me just yet. There are still remnants of the Big O in the village. Wait here a moment. I'll take care of it.
There's no need for that. Now that Mustang has fallen, the adventurers in our association can mop up the rest. The most important thing right now is the Winter's Bane. As the Heavenly King said, there's only one day left. After that, the Winter's Bane will cover the entire world. Guillotine, our hero! The adventurers will protect the village. So you must go defeat the White Ice Dragon and end the Winter's Bane. Most pressingly, you must bring this story to its most satisfying conclusion. One that Chloe can accept. One which Chloe finds fulfilling.
Huh?
A long time has passed since this story began. You're prepared to deliver the best ending for Chloe, are you not?
I'm not ready.
Could you not mumble in front of everyone? It brings back some bad memories.
Oh, sorry. Anyway, I will show you all the way to the Demon King's castle. North of our village, there's a portal created by the hero Laplace's companion Maxwell. If you take that portal, you will be transported directly in front of the Demon King's castle. I will open up the portal so you can use it.
So it's a shortcut. Got it.
The only thing is that not everyone can enter the Demon King's castle. Only those possessing the courage to move forward may gain access. Keep that in mind.
No, manager. I'll look for Vesti on my own. You don't have to concern yourself with her. I was planning on staying behind in the village to do some mopping up anyway. They're the ones who ruined my stage, so I've got to deal with them personally. Once I'm finished here, Vesti and I will join up with you. You can head straight to the Demon King's castle. Understand?
Commander, we don't have much time left. Let's do as Volume says.
Don't worry about me. Worry about yourselves. You're the ones heading straight into the Lion's Den.
Defeat the White Ice Dragon and save the world from destruction. As the hero and her retinue set out for the Demon King's castle, they feel the burden of their tremendous mission, even though they all know exactly how the journey would end. The party travels through the portal and finds themselves in a village completely frozen over by the Winter's Bane. It clearly illustrates that they are one step closer to the White Ice Dragon in the Demon King's castle, and that the end of the story is drawing near.
A world where everything is frozen. What a desolate place.
Painfully so.
Huh? Do you see that over there? Is that some kind of light?
The party eventually reaches a place with a bonfire. Or more precisely, a rifle which has been propped in the ground is belching fire from the barrel. Beside the fire is Exia, sitting in a plastic chair.
Exia?
I thought you'd gone into hiding after our first meeting. So this is where you've been.
Ah, so it's you. El Telema Solos. So you've come to this place for the White Ice Dragon.
Take a look at this, Exia. These are my companions. Contrary to what you said, I am not without companions.
Unfortunately for you, utterly bereft of companions, you are fated to die in loneliness.
You're still blabbering about that?
This is a world based on Guillotine's nymph. So, that's not Exia. At least, not the Exia I know. Oh. All right, Exia. First things first. If we sit by the bonfire, will you enhance our stats?
Go. Go to the icebound Demon King's castle, where the source of this winter's bane resides. If you wish to be a hero, this is what you must do, even if you have no companions.
Exia?
Ah, so it's you. El Telema Solos.
Is this just another NPC that repeats the same few lines? Let's ignore her and move along.
Before that, may I offer a suggestion? Before we head into the Demon King's castle, we should at least discuss a method to defeat the White Ice Dragon. Don't you think?
Wow, you're learning. Well, since our goal is a flawless no-death run, it's only right that we discuss how to defeat the White Ice Dragon in advance. We'll also need to figure out a few safety measures, since we need to finish the raid without anyone bowing out prematurely.
The battle hasn't even begun, and I can feel my blood starting to boil. So, Maiden, what should I do?
What you need to do is simple. Just don't use the lethal eye.
What?
Do you remember what happened both times after you've used it recently?
How could I forget? Every time after I've used it, I wake up in the inn. Hold on. Don't tell me.
That's right.
So that's what's been going on. In the past, I sealed the one-winged Dark Lord away in my right eye. Afterwards, I have used its power to defeat evil, but without breaking the seal entirely. Every time I have unleashed that power, I have felt it. I have felt the one-winged Dark Lord biding its time, waiting for a moment of weakness from me. Waiting for the day when the seal is broken to take control of my body. No wonder I felt the power in my eye become stronger since coming to this world. It was all the work of the one-winged Dark Lord.
So, if you keep using the lethal eye, the seal may end up breaking?
You pick things up quickly, Ice Rose, as expected of you. Indeed, if I unleash the full power contained within this eye of mine, the seal will be broken. And the one-winged Dark Lord will take over my body.
Ugh. You fabricating wild stories like that is why all this happened in the first place. I'm so tired.
Oh no. Now you're interested in the one-winged Dark Lord as well, partner. It seeks to create a world ruled by silence. It is an evil entity, and it will eliminate anything that stands in its way.
All the more reason not to use your eye. What do you plan to do if the one-winged Dark Lord assumes complete control? You're a member of Extrinsic as well, Guillotine. When we say that our targets are irregulars, that doesn't refer only to corrupted Nikkes, but to any and all Nikkes that pose a threat to the Ark. And it's safe to say that the one-winged Dark Lord could be considered such a threat.
So, if the demon does indeed possess me completely, I must ask of you.
Huh?
To ensure that the world does not fall into chaos, you must carry out your duty, Maiden. If I am consumed by the one-winged Dark Lord, and I become an irregular, you must eliminate me and become a hero of the Ark.
A hero of the Ark. And what about me? What if I become an irregular? Would you do what has to be done, Guillotine?
Of course I would. All extrinsic members must distinguish between professional and personal affairs. I must keep my composure and do what must be done for the sake of the Ark. I will follow the orders that are given to me.
I see.
However, you will not become an irregular.
No one can say that for sure.
No. I'll make sure that it doesn't happen. Even if I have to sacrifice this body, I will make sure you never become an irregular. Maiden, you will not become an irregular.
Guillotine. Why are you always willing to do so much for me?
Aw, it's almost enough to get you wet around the eyeballs. Rust buckets these days. They'll say just about anything, apparently. You better watch out. How does filth like you dare to look me in the eye? Suin of the 4 Heavenly Kings.
Of all the times to run into one of these guys. We don't have time for this. If this keeps up, Guillotine will.
The armored knight draws his giant sword and slams it into the ground, sending ice shards scattering everywhere. At the same time, a towering wall of ice forms between the armored knight and the rest of the team members.
Commander? But... All right. I won't let you down. Let's go, Guillotine.
Hey, are you sure about this? It seems you're awfully cocky after facing Mustang. But he was the weakest among us. Unlike him, my power level is over 9,000. No, wait, I mean, 530,000. Do you really think you can take me on by yourself? Huh? What have I taught you?
The hero, Guillotine, and Maiden arrive at the entrance of the Demon King's castle. Before them stands a towering castle gates, encased in great chunks of ice. Thanks to the help of their companions, their journey is reaching its final stage.
Once we pass through these gates, it's the final boss. Are you ready, Guillotine?
Well,
Lead the way.
Me?
With our current loadout, it makes sense to have you in the front and me in the rear.
Okay. I'll take the lead. Phew.
After nervously staring at the castle gates for a while, Guillotine tightly shuts her eyes and moves forward. When she does, she hits her forehead on a chunk of ice.
Ouch!
You okay, Guillotine?
What is this thing?
She tries again to move forward, but
Ouch! I think there's been some kind of mistake. How can a hero be unable to even enter the castle? I've never heard of such a thing. What is going on?
Guillotine punches the gate, slashes it with her sword, and charges at it with full force. But nothing she does affects the immovable chunks of ice.
Don't worry, Maiden. If we just keep working at it, surely
Remember what the village chief said earlier? The entrance to the Demon King's castle only opens for those with the courage to move forward. Guillotine, are you afraid of the white ice dragon that lies beyond these gates?
There's no use trying to hide it. Yes, it's as you say.
I see.
But that doesn't mean we've hit a wall. There must be some other way to enter this place.
Guillotine, you stay here.
What?
You've experienced some very horrifying things, so it's only natural that you're unable to go on. I'm in the same situation myself.
You mean you feel the same way?
Do you remember the last mission that we had together?
I remember. We were tasked with apprehending the Electric Shock Squad, who had orchestrated a terrorist attack inside the Ark, and handing them over to the central government.
That's right. That day, I disobeyed orders and handed Troni over to Oleg. You remember what happened then? I was put on indefinite probation for insubordination. As for Troni and Oleg, they were handed over to the MMR and had their memories wiped. No longer was I allowed to be an agent for the central government. I ruined everything, and I've been spinning my wheels ever since. So, I decided to blot out the negative experience. To me, that was the only way that I could move forward again. The higher-ups told me that if I had my memory erased, they would let me continue to carry out missions as part of Extrinsic.
What? Maiden, that's...
I will defeat the White Ice Dragon for you. It's time to rid yourself of that which terrifies you. I can help you achieve that. The last thing I want to say is thank you for letting me enjoy such a great adventure.
Maiden passes through the gate and enters the Demon King's castle. Guillotine attempts to follow her, but... As before, the gates do not let her pass. And so, the journey of the hero Guillotine ends here. Guillotine has no idea how the story will continue. She only arrived in front of the Demon King's castle, unable to enter. And so, our poor, pitiable hero was unable to bring the story to a satisfying conclusion, thereby leaving her precious Chloe oh so disappointed. Isn't that right, Guillotine?
Why can't I do this? I want closure for this story. But now when I've nearly reached the end, I'm filled with fear.
You're still stuck here? Pathetic.
Ingrid?
The 4 Heavenly Kings didn't even have to do anything. You were destined to fall apart. The moment you reached the Demon King's castle. Thanks to you, the Winter's Bane will soon be complete. Because of your inaction, this world will perish. A hero who ended up bringing about an entire apocalypse. How tragic.
No. Maiden said she would defeat the White Ice Dragon. If she does that, the Winter's Bane will also...
Fool! You actually believe Maiden will defeat the White Ice Dragon. As we speak, Laplace is guarding the front of the castle. Maiden doesn't stand a chance against her. She'll never even reach the White Ice Dragon.
But why is Laplace...
After defeating Shifty and challenging the remaining 4 Heavenly Kings, Laplace was completely brainwashed by Sewin. Since ancient times, heroes have possessed bodies that are nearly invincible. As such, there are only a few means capable of harming such individuals. The hero's sword, the White Ice Dragon's breath, and the lethal eye, to name a precious few. And so, Guillotine, this story will end as a tragedy. By failing to defeat the White Ice Dragon, the winter's bane will engulf the world. And Maiden, unable to fulfill her final wish of helping you, will have her memory wiped. For Chloe, for Maiden, and for you, it will be the most tragic possible ending. That is where your story ends. So then, will you remain standing still? Will you not move forward?
Ingrid, I don't know. I'm the one who ruined this story, and I don't know how to rewrite it.
Stop prevaricating and answer my question. I ask you again. Will you stand still? Or will you move forward?
Thank you, Ingrid. Thank you for the reminder. I remember now where I decided to go that day and for what purpose.
Very good. Move forward. Nothing will stop you now.
You're not going to try and stop me?
If Maiden were here, I'm sure she'd say something along the lines of, one of the 4 heavenly kings will inevitably betray the others.
Blizzard. My attacks are completely ineffective. I can't keep this up.
You dare block the path of a hero? I will burn it all!
I'm left with no choice. I have to use the Kododama.
You dare block the path of a hero? I will burn it.
Thankfully, I'm not too late.
Guillotine?
I'll take it from here, Ice Rose. You'll have your moment to shine soon enough.
I can't believe this.
Laplace, long time no see. No need to chit-chat. I, Guillotine de Mephisto, shall once again break the seal of the one-winged Dark Lord that slumbers within my eye.
No! Guillotine, don't!
Run wild, one-winged Dark Lord! Shine, ancient owl!
You dare block the...
And with that, I've proven that I am stronger than the previous hero.
I told you not to use the lethal eye!
Maiden, listen carefully. Do all the duties asked of you. As I said before, once I've been consumed by the one-winged Dark Lord, you must take me down and become the hero of the Ark. I've become an irregular. If you defeat me, you can resume your mission as part of the Extrinsic Squad. Simulation ending.
Guillotine! Guillotine.
Orders are orders. Irregulars must be defeated. All irregulars must be eliminated.
If Guillotine becomes an irregular, you are the only Nikke who can do what must be done. If that situation comes, you will have to kill Guillotine yourself. Will you be able to do that, maiden?
I'm sorry. Embraced by freezing air. Yet so warm inside. Oh, great Scatty! Cover the enemy in thine breath. Time and dust!
Irregulars must be eliminated.
Guillotine, there's something you forgot. I'm a battle mage. So now... Please, stop!
So then, would you join my party for an adventure? I want to enter the first dungeon, but no one will join me. Or rather, no one is good enough for me.
Stop!
I've been through hell since I was transported to this world. But looking back, it's been a blast. You guys were right. Adventuring is best done with people you connect with.
Enough!
However, you will not become an irregular. I'll make sure that it doesn't happen. Even if I have to sacrifice this body, I will make sure you never become an irregular.
Stop it!
I'm sorry. Are you hurt?
This is...
I'm sorry. Are you hurt?
Huh?
You seem quite surprised. I suppose that's to be expected. You just saw the Grim Reaper incarnate. I strike fear in the hearts of Nikkes. It's natural to be afraid. Just now, I defeated an irregular that wanted to do you harm. I have no intention of harming you, so don't worry.
Wow.
Hmm?
What did you just do? You just took down one of Big O's lackeys with a glance! That was amazing!
It was?
Don't tell me. You have the lethal eye?
Hmm? Lethal eye? What's that?
There's no need to pretend. I already know that you have the one-winged Dark Lord sealed within you.
The one-winged... what? I'm not entirely sure I follow you. But are you saying that you're not afraid of me?
Afraid? Why would a member of the association fear a friend? You and I are on the same team.
If you say so. Anyway, I'll take you home, so follow me.
Wowie! To think I get to meet the one holding the seal binding the one-winged Dark Lord. This is a day for the history books. Are you going to stand there all day? Come inside.
I only promised to escort you to your house, not go inside.
I've been waiting for this day. The day when the one with the lethal eye would appear. Fate has brought you and me together. Who are we to deny it?
You've been going on about all sorts of weird stuff for a while now. I'm telling you, I'm not the one you're waiting for.
Oh, yes, you are. Whenever I spoke about the one possessing the lethal eye, who sealed away the one-winged Dark Lord and would save us from the Big O, no one believed me. They said I was making it all up and dismissed me entirely. Some of them even hit and bullied me. That's why they took me into the back alley earlier.
What?
I don't want to talk about this anymore. The important thing is that you saved me today. You used your lethal eye to defeat those organization lackeys. All of my waiting, my suffering, has finally paid off. And since you saved me, I can't send you off without thanking you in some way, can I?
If that's what this is about, then I suppose I can come inside.
I knew you'd understand. That's why you're my friend.
I have to ask, have you been bullied this entire time?
Yeah, I have. Everyone else is just jealous of my powers, that's all. I've been able to endure it, because it's all to avoid an even bigger disaster.
Can you do me a favor? For now, don't go talking about this to anyone. Lethal Eye, the one-winged Dark Lord, all that stuff.
Really? Are you sure?
I'm positive. Otherwise, the Big O might find out that you know about them. So for now, only talk about this stuff with me. I'll come here from time to time to listen.
Has it already been a year since we met? You've already surpassed me. You really are amazing.
It's only natural. After all, the one-winged Dark Lord is sealed within this body of mine. Who could possibly defeat me within the virtual combat field?
All right. I shall now pass my title onto you. The Guardian of Balance, the one who observes the world.
Have you seen the Jarhead? Have you not seen my spectacular performance? Am I not worthy of bearing the title Guardian of Balance?
Can you feel it?
Feel what?
The time has come. It is time for me to teach you my hidden technique. Teleportation.
Come again?
Watch and learn carefully. Here goes. L. Telema. Solus.
Wow. You're always teaching me new things.
Guillotine. I could care less if you're muttering strange words. The fact that you've made a friend is already a step in the right direction. However, I thought you said this was urgent. You called me all the way out here for this? I skipped a meeting for this? Go back and submit a report immediately!
really hit you in the feels.
Yeah, I can feel my blood pumping.
Guillotine? If you're familiar with Volume at all, could you possibly persuade her to sign this document with her real name?
I've told you before. I am the Reaper who leads Nikke's to death. So long as I possess the lethal eye, I cannot befriend other Nikkes. It is a most lonely fate indeed. If possible, I would have liked to fight alongside Absolute. They're said to be the strongest squad Elysion has ever formed. They are the guardians of this planet, like the mythological Cerberus guarding the gates of hell. Especially that blue-eyed little devil. Every time I see her, the one-winged Dark Lord sealed within my eye goes into a fit. However, I am glad that I at least have you.
Guillotine, since you've grown accustomed to battles in the virtual combat field, I think it's time to start some new training methods.
Like what?
Just you wait. I'll need a bit of time to prepare, so let's meet here same time tomorrow.
All right, this is exciting.
Actually, I changed my mind. Let's change it to 2 days from now. I forgot that my parents will be home tomorrow. Are you ready?
Phew. Yes, everything is ready.
All right, then I'll install the Soul Transfer Circle. Now, Guillotine, place your hand on the Soul Transfer Circle and close your eyes. When you do, your soul will travel to another world. A world under threat from the Big O is calling for you. For Guillotine, the hero.
Damn those Big O scum. Is putting one world in danger not enough for them? All right, there's no time to waste. Chloe, send me to that other world immediately.
All right, then. A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, there was a fertile land where flowers perennially bloomed in their full glory. The people of the land spent their days breathing in the scent of these flowers, carried by the warm breeze. And they lived happily. Are you ready?
Yes. Send me back to the moment where I join forces with the blue-eyed little devil and hunt down the monsters. To think I'll be able to fight side by side along with the other Nikkes. The adventures in this world are so much fun.
I'm glad you're enjoying it. It makes all the time it took to prepare it worth it. Alright, Guillotine. Let's continue our adventure in this other world. Our exploits will one day be recorded in the Ice Dragon Saga. Shall we start?
Actually, I do have a question. Why did you set up the soul transfer circle outside today?
What a silly question. Your soul has now reached the front of the Demon King's castle. Soon, the final battle with the White Ice Dragon will take place. It's only fitting that we have a suitably large stage to match the grandeur of the situation.
I hadn't thought that far ahead. You're as perspicacious as ever, Chloe.
Come to think of it, Guillotine. Before we start the adventure, there's something you should know.
What is it?
Not just anyone can enter the Demon King's castle. The entrance only opens to those with the courage to move forward. Keep that in mind.
Only those with the courage to move forward. I'll remember that.
All right, let's begin the adventure!
Is that Ingrid? Sorry, but I've got to take this call. I'm supposed to go on an adventure. I'm busy. Fine. There's an irregular nearby? Where? Fine, I'll be right over.
What is it?
Chloe, stay somewhere safe. The adventure will have to wait.
On to our next story. A mass shooting took place in the city last night around 9 p.m. Current reports state that 8 citizens were killed and more than 20 seriously injured. Citizens have gathered at the scene to voice their anger.
Guillotine. Chloe is currently in a coma. She went outside saying she left her notebook, the Ice Dragon Sage, she called it, and got into an accident. I'm sorry to have to tell you this. There you are. Let's go back. Guillotine?
Ingrid, this is because of me. I hesitated, and Chloe got hurt, and people died. I knew that Nikke was irregular, and anything she said was complete gibberish. I knew that, and yet I still hesitated. Now look at what's happened. Innocent people are dead, and there's panic in the streets. And Chloe, my only friend, was injured, and I'm the one to blame. This is all my fault. All of it.
Guillotine, I told you. It's time to go back.
Go back? Go back to where? To Extrinsic? Back to the old routine? I couldn't even complete the one mission assigned to me. I wasn't able to protect the only friend I had left. Now there's nothing left for me. What do I have to go back to?
So then, will you remain standing still? Will you not move forward?
I told you. There's nothing left for me. Where would I go? For what?
Stop prevaricating and answer my question! I ask you again. Will you stand still? Or will you move forward? Because of this incident, the higher-ups have determined that you need backup. They've decided to assign a new recruit to the Extrinsic Squad. Guillotine, if you're feeling lost and directionless, just make sure the new recruit doesn't suffer through the same things you've had to. Perhaps in doing that, you might find the answers you seek. Also, I'm your superior. Whatever actions you take, I'll bear full responsibility. Don't try to take on every single burden by yourself. How's Maiden doing?
Can I ask you something, Ingrid? Is the way I speak weird? Maiden apparently got fed up with me and ran off.
I believe she just needs some time to get adjusted. And the result?
She passed. Maiden completed the mission on her own. Now she's capable of operating Sans Mi without any issue. Having said that, she's clearly still lacking compared to what I'm capable of. I'm worried.
What's the matter?
Maiden hasn't come out of her room all day. She seems to be playing some kind of video game. She's not sleeping, that much is for certain. I wonder if she's okay.
This is all your fault for introducing her to bad habits.
I was worried there for a minute.
Ugh.
Ingrid, are you listening? Ingrid.
What is it this time?
Maiden finally made a friend. Not an online one, but face-to-face. She's been meeting up with them quite often lately.
No wonder I haven't been able to get in touch with her. I must say, though, Guillotine, that you seem a bit sad.
What? Don't be ridiculous. This body of mine is more than capable of carrying the burden of this lonely destiny which has been thrust upon it. I do not need Maiden to bear this suffering. That's precisely the thing I'm designed to prevent.
I think thou doth protest too much.
What did you just say, boss?
Very well. I'll say it again. Orders have been handed down from a high-ranking official in the central government. There are individuals plotting a terrorist attack in the Ark. We are to deploy the Extrinsic Squad to apprehend the targets as quickly as possible. After which, you are to hand them over to the central government forces under the MMR branch.
Why don't you leave this mission to me? I don't see any reason for Maiden to be involved. I can handle this on my own.
These individuals you speak of, are they really the Electric Shock Squad?
Yes. Your next targets are Elig and Trony. How's Maiden doing?
Ever since she failed her mission, she's been locked up in her room.
I see.
What happens next?
She is prohibited from returning to the Extrinsic Squad unless her memory is wiped, per the higher-ups' orders.
So she'll lose all her memories? Ingrid, I have a favor to ask. If you can prevent them from erasing Maiden's memories, I'll carry out all of our future missions on my own. I'll hold myself fully responsible for her actions from here on out. Just please, whatever you do, don't have them wipe her memory.
You say you'll take responsibility for her actions. Do you know the ramifications of what you're saying?
Of course.
Have you found an answer as to where you're going and what you're working towards?
I have, thanks to you.
I understand. Although it will be impossible for her to return to her squad, I'll do what I can to prevent her memories from being erased.
Thank you. And Ingrid, just in case, if an irregular emerges that even I can't handle, would there be a chance that Maiden could be reinstated?
If you were incapable of handling the situation on your own, then yes, there is a high likelihood that could happen.
What about if I become an irregular?
Although I doubt that would happen. If someone with special abilities like you became an irregular, Maiden would be the only one capable of containing you. The top brass would have no choice but to reinstate her. You're not thinking of doing anything rash, are you?
Rash. I may be beyond saving, and will fall victim to the winter's bane within my heart. But I can at least prevent the White Ice Dragon from doing the same to my friend. There's nothing reckless about that, is there?
Guillotine. Wait, what is this?
You must carry out your duty, Maiden. If I am consumed by the One-Winged Dark Lord, and I become an irregular, you must eliminate me and become a hero of the Ark.
Yes. You're right. As part of the Extrinsic Squad, I am duty-bound to defeat you. I must know how to distinguish between professional and personal affairs. I must keep my composure and do what must be done for the sake of the Ark. But... what is the point of being a hero if it means I can't extend my hand to you? I didn't like you at first. You know that. Whether it was the one-winged Dark Lord or the Lethal Eye, I didn't have a clue what you were talking about half the time. I knew you were doing that to hide the pain inside you. It felt to me that you were pretending not to be lonely. I saw my own weakness reflected in you, and that made me hate you even more. But you were different from me. Even after you'd gone through such a terrifying ordeal, you didn't stop. You came all the way here for my sake, to save me. So you must keep going. I feel such an intense regret at having ever disliked you. So please, I'm asking you, don't stop. Keep going. You're the protagonist of this story. Stop copying the stories you heard from Chloe. Write an ending to this story. Not for me, not for Chloe. For you. Break this curse that the White Ice Dragon has buried deep within your heart. Don't do it for anyone else but yourself. Those who act according to their own beliefs are the true warriors. So Guillotine, now is the time you move forward.
Maiden? Are you all right? Why didn't you defeat me?
Good question. I guess I don't have what it takes to be a secret agent for the central government. Also, you said so yourself. You wanted to enter the first dungeon and continue your adventure. Let's do it as a party. Let's defeat the White Ice Dragon together. After all, an adventure is something you do with those you care about.
Is that the Ice Dragon Saga? It's been a while.
I'm willing to bet that opening this notebook will summon the final boss. Guillotine, our strategy hasn't changed.
I take the front, you take the rear. I remember.
Good. Let's do this.
Yes. Let's see the ending to this story.
Let the battle begin!
Maiden, I'm counting on you.
Don't you worry. Just focus on advancing. The head is probably its weak point. Get close and destroy it. I'll draw its attention for you.
Justice, fallen upon the infallible boundary, appears now as an intangible distortion. Final flame explosion! What an explosion! It's a work of art.
Bestie.
I told you she and I would come along once we were done cleaning up the village.
Volume!
Hey there, hero. I'll cover Maiden and Bestie. Don't worry about things over here. Bang!
This is the end, White Ice Dragon!
If that commotion near the castle is any indication, I'd say the final battle has begun. No need to thank me. I've wanted to give Sewin a piece of my mind for some time now. What about you? Don't you want to join in? It could very well be the last battle. You've come this far, after all. Are you sure you won't regret it?
Did we defeat it?
No, don't say that. When you say stuff like that... That means the second phase isn't far behind. Everyone, prepare for battle. This time, we must defeat this beast once and for all.
No. I'll take care of the White Ice Dragon. I'll be the one who ends this story. If you're all right with that.
Try and end it with a flourish. Then, we'll go back together.
Worry not, Ice Rose. I, Guillotine de Mephisto, will not lose to a creature such as this. I will show you all the finest ending there is. Have at you, Ice Dragon! It's time to bring this saga to a close!
You're the protagonist of this story. Don't do it for anyone else but yourself. Those who act according to their own beliefs are the true warriors. So, Guillotine, now is the time you move forward.
Maiden. It's all over.
That was amazing.
I'd say so. That White Ice Dragon was no match for me.
What are you talking about? You only defeated that thing by the skin of your teeth. If we hadn't arrived when we had, the Winter's Bane would have engulfed the entire world by now.
Well, an adventure is more exciting when it's a close call, don't you think?
You're not wrong. It did make for an enjoyable adventure. Huh? Already? But I haven't received my reward for defeating the final boss yet. I get to marry the commander and live happily ever after. That's the best part! And it hasn't even happened yet. I see. It's probably better to be marrying you in real life anyhow. I'll head back and file the marriage certificate.
You did well, partner. It's a real relief. Maiden may act a bit strange at times, but she's finally gained the courage to move forward again. It's a real weight off my shoulders. I'll be right behind you. Well then, are we the only ones left?
That we are.
I only have one thing to ask you. Was this a good story, Chloe? Or should I say, ink?
Oh, when did you figure out it was me?
How could I, Guillotine de Mephisto, not figure it out? I know full well this isn't reality. That it's a world created inside a simulation.
Then why didn't you exit the simulation sooner? Why go through all this trouble?
Because I wanted a chance to finish the story I couldn't before. I thought hoping for such a perfect ending was asking too much. But here we are. Anyway, Ink, I wanted to thank you, too, for giving me an opportunity to conclude this story.
You want to thank me? Huh? I didn't expect to hear you say that. I'm not entirely sure how to react. I don't know what to do, so I'll end the simulation here. Oh, by the way,
Yes?
if you ask me, I'd say this was a fine story. Goodbye. Simulation clear.